So our next trip is easily the most difficult trip we've had to pack for. And leading up to it, we had switched out a number of different pieces of luggage that we would have normally used on past trips, but this one proved to be a bit of a challenge because we don't want to bog ourselves down with luggage. Nobody does. And in this particular case, we had to bring more than we usually would bring. And keep in mind, we already bring more than most people because we're content creators, right? I got to bring a fair amount of electronics with me, right? There's the gear I have to bring, right? We have multiple cell phones, recording audio equipment, right? My camera lenses, things like the stuff you don't normally see but's being used, like gimbals and tripods and the like, all have to come with us. So we got to account for space for that and also weight for that because there is the weight restrictions. But we thought it through. We've made some smart purchases along the way, and we ended up with just this. Now, why is this particular trip so much more difficult to pack for than previous trips? And the main reason is that it includes 14 nights on a Cunard cruise. That's the big difference here. Now, you follow the channel, you know we're avid cruisers. We've been on a number of different cruise lines, but Cunard, unlike the other cruise lines we've been on, has a very strict policy when it comes to their dining rooms in the evenings. And that's if you want to dine in a dining room, you need to be dressed up. We're not talking formal wear, although there are 3 formal nights on board, so that's got to be accounted for. Right there, that's basically 3 dresses for Amy, a very formal suit or tuxedo for me, and these 2 of those 3 nights have themes that require certain color combinations, so that's got to be factored in too. So even for me, I couldn't just wear the same tux 3 of those 3 nights. I'd have to mix and match a couple of things. So that adds to your clothing you'd normally have to bring along. You've still got the other 11 nights that require dressy attire. And generally, when we're going on a cruise ship with any other line we've been on, we do like to dress up to a certain extent when we go to dinner. And again, if you follow the channel, you know that we consider that one of the big bonuses to cruising is that you essentially have these fancy nights out every single night you're on board your ship, right? You get to go to a fancy dinner, right? With top level service, a changing menu, so it isn't the same thing every time. And we take full advantage because to go out for dinner in Toronto is not inexpensive, right? It can be very expensive. There are ways to do it somewhat affordably, but you don't want to do the same thing over and over again, so we limit the amount of times we go out when we're home. But when we're on a ship, we take full advantage. So we always bring a few additional items with us to go out to, a nice dinner on board. But we've never had to do it to the extent that we have to do it on Cunard, right? That's the difference here. On a regular cruise, I could bring, say, 1 suit, 1 vest, and a couple of dress shirts and just mix and match and I'm good. But on this particular cruise, you've got the 3 formal nights, 2 of which are color themes, so I got to account for that. That's 3 kind of almost evening gowns for Amy right there. And then unlike some of the other ships we've been on, I can't just say take dark jeans and throw a blazer with a collared shirt on them. It's got to be like dress pants, dress shoes, really, if you're going to do it right. A collared shirt of some sort that's not like this, not like an Adidas logoed collar shirt kind of thing, a jacket or a dressy vest. I mean, it all adds up. And then for Amy, it's multiple dresses, long skirts, or dress pants. And all of that is in addition to what we normally bring clothing-wise to be out and about in this case, the Mediterranean, but during tropical climates, right? During warm weather months. So you need all that warm weather wear as well. And it adds up. And then you factor in all of the AV gear we got to bring along, and you could end up with a ton of luggage, and we've reduced it to just the medium size check bag the garment bag to check, 2 personal item bags, and then the 1 carry-on. And it really makes getting around a snap to have just that. Now, getting in with the weight limit deal. Both our check bags have the 50-pound weight limit. Both our check bags come in just under 30 pounds. So we've left ourselves 40 pounds of potential return items, right? If we buy something while we're away, we know we have the space for it. Now, we've got the weight requirement, but do we have the space requirement? We actually have that, because what we've done is we've used the full length of the garment bag for each item we're wearing there, because we want them to be as lightly wrinkled as possible. We are bringing along a portable steamer to get out the worst of the wrinkles, but we don't want to unfold them with all kinds of creases and such to try and deal with when we get there. So we've used the full length of the garment bag for the items we're bringing. But coming home, it's less important, right? You come home, you have all the time in the world to go back and press them and get things back to the way they should be. So coming home, we have right now, I think it's like 26 pounds in our garment bag. That leaves us another 24 pounds we can bring back, and the way to do that is to, instead of using the full length of the garment bag for your dress clothes, you only use half of it. You hook the dress clothes in like you normally would, but then you fold them before you fold the garment bag. That leaves the entire other half of the garment bag available for items to bring back. So no matter what we buy, we're gonna have space for it, 100%. Be no issue whatsoever. If it's something that's very valuable and we don't want to check it, that's not a problem either, because we can move items from our carry-on bag to the garment bag and then put the more expensive item in the carry-on bag. So we're ready. We're prepared. Everything seems to be kind of like perfect for this particular trip. We will take some pictures and some video along the way on how these things did. This is my personal item, a little tiny backpack. All it holds is AV equipment, so I always have it handy with me. And it's also light enough and of a light material that if I want to take it out and about, even on a hot day, it's not going to add a lot of weight or heat to my back, so that I'm not going to be sweating the whole time. So I think this is going to work. And of course, Amy's got her sling bag, which goes across the front and is handy for a number of things, including like the Ray-Ban Metas she uses for recording. So we expect to have a lot of kind of on-the-spot video to share with you when we get back, and hopefully you've subscribed already so you don't miss any of it. And if you haven't, now's the time, right? Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and help us get to 5,000. That's our kind of first step we want to get to. We're just approaching 3,000 now. Help us get to 5,000, and after that we'll push for 10, but we really want to give you the best possible content. And subscribing to the channel and giving us some feedback as to what you want to see, what we've done right, what we've done wrong. Let us know so we can improve as we go along. Until next time.